Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Friday Knits. I'm Phoebe and today I'm going to be doing a yarn organization of my yarn here and here. This has been a very long time for me since I've organized my yarn. I've got a lot of I've just shoved it all under my, oh, hello puppy, under my bed here. There's my puppy who's just walked in. Yeah, I've got all of this yarn here and all of this stuff back here that I need to organize. And there's also a lot up here in the cupboards. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my yarn out, lay it on the bed, have a look at what I have, and then from there figure it out. I actually have no plan, just like my life and every other video I've ever made. I have no plan. Before I actually put everything neatly under my table, I actually went through all my yarn and stashed it. By that I mean I wrote everything down. I wrote all the yarn I had, and then I figured out what yarn I didn't want to keep, what yarn I did want to keep. Yeah, I just put it all in Excel so I could see everything that I have, and I've been using it for like a good month or so now, and it's really good. It's really great because it helps me see everything at once, and it's so much easier for me to figure out when I'm sitting down to be like, okay, I want to buy this pattern. Do I have yarn for it? I can go straight to my Excel spreadsheet. Before I didn't have that, I have to get up here and look at what I had, and then I'd look at it and be like, I wouldn't know what I have just by looking at it. So having it all written down has been really helpful for me. If you guys are into that, you can definitely do that as well. I do have a video planned on like how I organize my yarn in terms of like writing all that down, and then how I use my Excel spreadsheet, but also other options. If you're not into Excel, you can use other options like a digital bullet thing, or you can just write it out on paper sort of deal. So I do plan on having a video on that. If that doesn't happen, just ignore what I said now because I might change my mind. I don't know. Who knows? Right now I'm in the mood because I'm in a yarn mentality. I didn't really write the scraps down. I don't really know how to write that down because like I know you can weigh it and then write it down, but I've just been keeping them in like a little organza bag sort of thing. So I'll keep the same sort of ply of yarn in the same bag, and then if I come across a pattern that uses scrap yarn, or if I just decide to make one up, then I just have that. But I really don't have like a plan for scrap yarn. I haven't written that down in my spreadsheet. I just sort of have it there. So I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to try and make it look neat, I guess. So yeah. Ooh, that's really bright. But anyway, so yeah, as you can see, I've taken everything out of here now, and I am... I remembered I've still got all this yarn, this knitwear as well, down here. That needs a home. Oh, sorry puppy. I woke her up and she just looked at me. Oh, okay, never mind. I would love to fit it in here as well, but I've got room above my closet. I don't even know. I really don't know where my thought process was going with that, but here is the empty thing. Yeah, I've been waiting for this banging to go away. There's like construction happening right behind my house, and they're digging an 18-car garage. Like there's a hole in the ground for an 18-car garage. Like I assume obviously they're not going to have 18 cars, but I don't even have one car that's like running. But yeah, they've been digging for like a month, so So my goal is I would actually really love to get a lot of this stuff out of their bags. Kind of like this one here. For me, out of sight, out of mind. If I can't see it, then I won't always look for it. And especially because it goes sort of underneath, I won't always know what's there. But also I would just like everything to fit in here. Ideally I would. I don't think it will, but that is my just absolute goal, is to fit everything in there. And I think I'm going to organize it by weight or by fiber, both if I can. I'm more of a, I go by weight more than I go by anything else. If it's like enough to make sort of like a jumper or a top or something, then I will definitely, I think I will organize it in that way. Color would be very aesthetically pleasing, but I think going by the weight of the yarn is much more practical for me at the moment, so I'm going to do that, I think. So I have these crates that I use that I've used before. I think I've shown you in a video before, but these are just crates that I use to store some of my yarn. You can see here, like that. And I've complained before that these particular ones, you latch them down the bottom here like that. So the thing is that when I grab stuff, like if that's sitting in there, I'm gonna grab it like that, right? And depending how heavy it is, so it's not doing it now, it's done me a dirty, but usually if I grab it, it'll like go in like that. That one actually stayed pretty well. Maybe I haven't been clasping him that well, but more so not. I'll grab it and, you know, it'll just sort of dig in, but maybe that'll do it. No, it won't do it. It's doing me a dirty. Come on, prove me right. Anyway, my point is that I found these crates instead. This unit, I should say, as well, is from IKEA. It's the Ivar system from IKEA, and you can customize it how you want. The one I got is a 30 centimeter depth, and the height is just a normal shelf height. I don't know which one I got. And then you can customize how many shelves you want as well. You can customize the doors up here if you want doors or not. I chose to have doors just to have it a bit more like, so I can have messy things and I can just shove things in places. But I found these crates here. Here's one I prepared earlier in a different color. I found these crates from Kmart. They are like $9 each, I think. And these are just like, they're plastic, so but for what I want to use them for, they're kind of perfect, because I'm obviously not going to be putting like something else in here. So you can see I've already put a whole lot of my yarn in here already. Like, they're so freaking perfect. Like, they're perfect for this shelf specifically because they fit in lengthways, and I can have two side by side lengthways in this. It fits perfectly in this IKEA Ivar shelf. So the length of this is, let me get a ruler. Oh, it's on here. It is 40 centimeters wide. 40 centimeters wide. Yeah, 40 centimeters wide and 30 centimeters deep and 15 centimeters high. So I can actually put two side by side and then stack it up, but I'll show you guys that later. So if you get this Ivar shelf and you're looking for like crates, get those lengths. This is what I'm going to be primarily using, and I've got enough to put all through in here. I will still use these as well because they are still pretty cute, but it did it. It did it. It failed me. But these are the ideal ones, and these don't do that because these click in up the top here. So I think this should really help my whole storage system, and I don't know, I feel like I've been looking for a solution for ages. Like, I've just gotten a whole lot of little separate things. Like, for example, I bought this little tub from IKEA, like little clear tubs, because again, out of sight, out of mind. And if I don't see it, then I'll completely, forget about it. But I think these should be okay because they sort of have these holes in it, so I can sort of have a quick look. And I guess I'll just sort of know what's in them. That might change later down the track. I have so much of this cotton yarn, like Aran weight cotton yarn from We Are Knitters and Wool and the Gang. Yeah, there's so much. I don't really want to squeeze it in, so I think I will have to keep this in these bags out of there because there's just too much of it, to be honest. I think that kind of works. That's handy because I can move this around then. Yeah. So I have a lot of this chunky yarn still left over, like the super bulky wool. It won't fit into my storage, obviously, but also I think it's not really yarn that I will work with a lot anymore. Like, obviously, I think when you're starting out, you really love like the chunky yarns because they're really easy and stuff, but I think as time has gone on, I've just discovered other yarns I prefer to use and other sort of knits I prefer to wear. I do have a few obviously chunky things that I do really like, and it's very popular as well. I don't think it's for me anymore, so I'm probably going to sell off most of this yarn here. And I might go back to it later on, but right now it's not really my thing, so I'm probably going to end up selling a lot of this yarn. Yeah. I probably should have said earlier in the video, but a big part of organising my yarn was to make sure that I went through my stash. Ideally, I would love to whittle away at this and make sure that I'm using what I have, so I'm not just tempted to buy things and forget why I'm buying them. And obviously that's not to say that I'm not going to like purchase yarn this year, because I think that's like a really big ask for a lot of knitters. So for me, it's about just making sure I use what I have, but I think it'll be a lot more satisfying to have gone through my stash by the end of this year. So I'll see how I go, I guess. These little pouches that I have here, a friend gave them to me. They're filled with like lavender and they're meant to keep the moths away. So I've popped them in here on the exposed sort of yarn so the moths don't come in and try and eat my stuff. I'll see how they go, I'll see how they work, but I think they're really cute. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it inspired you if you guys are organising your yarn and your life as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.